The year is 1172. The Serbian army has been defeated, and Stefan Nemanja comes before the Byzantine Emperor bareheaded, barefoot, dressed in torn clothes, with a sword in his hands, telling him to do with him whatever he has intended. After the defeat at Tara, deep internal crises and a struggle for supremacy erupted in Rashka. Grand Jupan Uroš II was deposed from the throne in 1153, and his brother Desa took power. Before ascending to the leadership of Rashka, Desa had already governed significant parts of the Serbian lands, Travunija, Zahumlje, and part of Dubrava, while the remaining territory was under Prince Radoslav. At that time, Rashka was strongly influenced by the Byzantine Empire, whose political authority had a decisive impact on internal affairs. Emperor Manuel I Komnenos intervened in the conflict between the brothers and restored Uroš II to the throne. However, Desa managed to reclaim power in 1163, but his alliance with Hungary soon brought him into conflict with Manuel. The Byzantine army attacked him near Niš in 1165, defeated him, and took him prisoner. Desa was then taken to Constantinople, and Manuel placed Tihomir, the eldest son of a former Grand Jupan, on the throne of Rashka. Tihomir did not rule alone. He shared authority with his brothers, Stracimir, Miroslav, and the youngest, Stefan Nemanja, was born around 1,113 inches, the village of Ribnica, near present-day Podgorica, as the fourth son of Zavida, a minor Serbian noble. The region at that time lay under Latin ecclesiastical influence, so Nemanja was baptized in the Catholic rite, as there was no Orthodox priest in the area. This early circumstance would later stand as a symbolic reflection of the dual spiritual identity of the Balkans, the meeting point between the Eastern and Western churches, which deeply influenced both his worldview and the future. Tihomir controlled the central part of the country, governing Rashka. Miroslav ruled Zahumlje. Stracimir oversaw the regions around Rudnik and Gradište, while Nemanja was given the districts of Ibar, Rasina, Toplica, and Reki. Later, Emperor Manuel entrusted Nemanja with Dubočica, rewarding him with rank and honors within the Byzantine court hierarchy. This elevated Nemanja to the position of not only a Serbian noble, but also a Byzantine vassal, subordinate both to the Grand Jupan and the emperor himself. Such a rise in prominent position sparked jealousy and hostility among his brothers. Tihomir and the others imprisoned Nemanja, aiming to remove him from the political scene. However, Nemanja managed to escape, gather an army, and march against them. Nemanja portrays his brothers as traitors of the state. Tihomir, of course, does not accept this and goes directly to Manuel Komnenos, who becomes furious after hearing the news. The emperor grants him a massive army to reclaim his power in his homeland. Tihomir, together with his brothers, marches towards Serbia, where a decisive battle will soon take place. The decisive confrontation took place in 1168 near the village of Pantina in Kosovo, close to Zvečan. Tihomir's forces included foreign mercenaries and a Byzantine detachment sent by Emperor Manuel under the command of Theodore Padius. Nemanjić's army, consisting of local warriors, Greeks, Franks, and Turks, delivered a crushing defeat to their opponents. Tihomir's forces were completely destroyed. In the chaos of retreat, Tihomir drowned in the Sitnica River. His death was interpreted at the time as divine punishment, akin to the legendary deaths of Pharaoh and Roman Emperor Maxentius in water. Following his victory, Nemanja offered thanks to St. George and St. Nicholas, protector of waters and rivers. With the victory at Pantina, Stefan Nemanja solidified his position as the Grand Jupan, initiating a new era for the Serbian state. He reconciled with his remaining brothers, allowing them to continue ruling their territories under his supreme authority. During this period, the Byzantine Empire and the Republic of Venice were engaged in intense conflict. The Venetians, fearing the growing influence of Constantinople, allied with Hungary. Fierce battles were fought across the Balkans, and Serbian nobles participated in Byzantine campaigns against Hungary. Seizing the opportunity, Nemanja began his own expansion campaigns. His forces were split into two. One detachment moved toward the Adriatic coast, attacking Kotor, while the other advanced into the Morava Valley. In these campaigns, the territories of his relative Michael of Duclia were affected, and the region of Pagania was fully conquered. Meanwhile, the Venetians captured Trogir and Dubrovnik, and Nemanja, acting in cooperation with them, further extended his influence in the south and west. However, the Byzantine Empire soon regained strength. Epidemics and wars had exhausted Venice and its allies, while Emperor Manuel Komnenos consolidated his dominance over the Balkans. In this situation, Nemanja, whether out of prudence or necessity, once again recognized Byzantine supremacy. He sent gifts and envoys to Emperor Manuel, knelt before him with a rope around his neck, acknowledging defeat and offering the sword he had wielded in battle. The emperor forgave him and brought him to Constantinople, where Nemanja was publicly humiliated at court, yet his life was spared. This act of submission ensured Nemanja retained his position as Grand Jupan and maintained control over Rashka, albeit under imperial oversight. After returning from Constantinople in 1172, Nemanja ruled with renewed authority and political prudence. Recognizing Byzantine supremacy, he focused on restoring unity within Rashka and stabilizing the realm by subduing rebellious nobles. During this time, he also addressed growing religious unrest, most notably the spread of the Bogomil heresy that undermined both the church and state order. By convening a grand council where the movement was condemned and its leaders punished, Nemanja reasserted internal stability and strengthened the spiritual foundations of his rule. From that point, Nemanja remained loyal to Manuel and took part in Byzantine campaigns against the Turks in Asia Minor. However, following the death of Emperor Manuel, Nemanja broke away from Byzantine authority and became an independent ruler. Thus, emerging from family strife and conflicts with Byzantium, Stefan Nemanja united the Serbian lands and laid the foundation for a powerful state that would dominate the Balkans for centuries to come.